Now guys, working in the BPO industry, you have to strong. You have to strong like matlock. You have to steady. Yeah, you have to firm. Your foot have to well plant. You can't shake it. A shaky warrior can't work a call center. Hey glow getters, welcome back to another video. It's your girl Sasha and welcome to my glow getting community. Guys, it's been a little while and I hope you all are doing well. I'm open alright. You know, I myself am not doing so badly. Alright guys, so this video I will be touching base on the harsh reality of working in a Jamaican call center. Now, about a year or so ago, I would have done another video sharing my experience working in a Jamaican call center. In that video, I would have been mostly sharing from the good aspects of working in the BPO industry. So in this video, I won't necessarily say bad, but I'll be sharing about the harsh reality, because if you've worked in the BPO industry before or you have friends who work in the industry, then you will probably hear the stories, and let me tell you, they are true. Alright, so the first thing I want to touch base on is the pay. Now, disclaimer guys, I know you might be watching this video and your experience might be different from mine, your experience might be different from your friend, but that doesn't mean that their experience is not valid, because yeah. Alright, so the first thing, the pay. Now guys, the pay in the BPO industry, and I know a lot of you, especially now, you are seeking employment in the BPO industry, and nothing wrong with that, because the BPO industry is the industry that gave me my start in life, and I am forever grateful for that, you know. So yeah, but the reality is the pay. Now, the pay, it's honestly, if we're being honest, it's not that good. I mean, some of you might be getting really good pay depending on the position you're in, but I'm here to tell you that as an agent, you know, or just as the customer service rep, the one who takes the calls, the chats, the emails, the pay is not so great. Yeah, it can make two ends meet, but the reality is that you will be living from paycheck to paycheck, because you have your bills to pay, you have kids, probably you have family to help out, school you're going, every little thing. And I'm not saying that in other, you know, industries that I'm not saying that the pay is better, but in the BPO industry, yeah, the pay is not so good. For the kind of environment, the pay is not all that, you know. As I would probably see or probably hear, and with my experience, you have these BPO industries, they would have other sectors or other, you know, branches in other countries. So let's say, for example, in the US, they're getting $16 per hour, while in Jamaica, we're getting $3 US per hour. And you know, like, come on, you see the disparity there. So the pay, it's not so good, to be honest. So that's one. The second thing that I want to touch on based on is the shifts. The shifts that you'll be working. So guys, for my newbies here and you're thinking about working in a Jamaican call center, now the shifts, let me tell you, the shifts that you'll be working, they will have overnight shifts, they will have evening shifts, they will have morning shifts. Some of the shifts begin like at 6 in the morning, and they go right throughout the day. And most call centers, they have overnight shifts based on the account that you would be working on. And so the shift sometimes can be very draining. So it probably can make you feel very sad if you're not really a night person or if you're not really a morning person. So at the same time though, you know what you're signing up for, because when you apply for a call center job, they will ask you, are you okay with working in the night? Are you okay with working on the weekend? Are you okay with working public holidays? So I'm not saying that they allow you to work these shifts without you knowing, because these are things that they will say to you in your contract or in the interview, etc. Right? So you know what you're signing up for. So again guys, as I say, while I'm sharing these things with you, I don't want you to take it as a grain of salt to say, okay, I'll never work in the BPO industry, because as I say, your experience might be different from mine, might be different from someone else. But what I want you to take away from this video, help it to gauge you. Working in a call center, you will know what you're getting yourself into, right? So there is the growth, but at the same time, there is the harsh reality. So we look at the pay being not so good if you're an agent. And yeah, I know you probably see on TikTok, on other areas, there are people who Can they build a house out of working at a call center? They will buy a car, so many things. So I'm not saying you can't do them things there, but what I'm saying here is that the pay can be better, right? Because most of the call centers, the persons are not getting good pay, right? So they will look at the pay, we'll look at the shifts. Now I'm going to touch base on something that means the world to me: mental health. What you go through, you know, how is it that my mental health is being treated? So that's another thing. Now guys, working in the BPO industry, you have to strong like matlock, you have to steady, yeah, you have to firm, your foot have to well plant, you can't shake, you know, shaky warrior can't work a call center. Now when I just started working in the BPO industry, I was 18 years of age, well 17 turning 18, and that was my first experience. And let me tell you, I was a crybaby. Like, I'm still a crybaby, but I was a crybaby. Like, every little thing bother me and stuff like that. But working in the BPO industry, yeah, man, it build my character. So the call center industry to go build your character. That's the harsh reality, because you're going to go through things. The shifts, sometimes you're tired and you know you probably go to school, the shifts them get to you, then you know you probably start stressed out, you not eat properly, because you know maybe at the time where you get for lunch, maybe you didn't get 1 hour, maybe you get half an hour. So those are the things it will get to you, right? So those are the things does affect your mental health. Worse if it's a case where you're not having a good relationship with your managers, your co-workers, those things, they will get to you. It will affect your mental health. So the call center industry, it builds character and it prepares you for that next job that you're going to get. Because the reality is that the industry I'm working in now, I believe that by working in the BPO industry, that is the industry that prepared me for the jobs I'm in now. It allowed me to see how co-workers are, you know, as a newbie. It shows you how to deal with your co-workers. It shows you, okay, how to deal with your managers. Like, it prepares you for the working world. Now we look at the mental health. So it can disrupt your mental health, right? You sleep, probably not get enough sleep, you have to wake up so early, you're going to bed so late. So them look at something there. The next thing I want to talk about is the environment. Now when I was working in a BPO industry, the environment, it wasn't the cleanest, and so my sinus, it affected me so badly because the air condition units, they weren't being cleaned as they should have, right? And a lot of the times these call center environments, though it is, you're not getting fair treatment in terms of the environment. A lot of times it's not from the boss, but the persons who are there. Like, them can do better, right? Get the air condition unit get clean, because you're getting paid by the clients to do things like that. You get what I'm saying? But the environment, as I'm saying, I don't want to stray, because you know me will stray, right? But the environment, it can really affect you. Probably it's not being cleaned properly and stuff like that. And as I said, persons watching this video, you might have another experience from me, and that is fine, right? So we've looked at the environment not being so conducive. Then now we're going to look at managers being very unfair. You know, you might meet a manager, they like you, and so your experience in the call center industry might just set off very bad, and you say, okay, I'm not ever work on a call center no more, this now work out for me, and I eat that, right? While somebody else's experience might be different, right? So you will also find that, you know, managers, co-workers, the environment too can be an environment where it's a dog eat dog world. So it's every man for himself, you know, everybody's trying to find a way to move up, and so it can be, you know, like a crab in the barrel kind of mentality, and that's the reality. And as me say, on an uncle call center, like, yeah, and an uncle call center, you find these things in, like, these things are in many other working industries, but you know, we're looking at the BPO industry. So that's one thing. Then we're looking at the lack of growth. Now, a lot of persons might tell you they started out as an agent, then they went to team manager, then they went to senior team manager, operations manager, and they grow. And I mean, that's awesome, but that doesn't happen all the time, right? It's not always blue skies. You start out as an agent, and you're probably working as an agent for umpteen years, right? So the lack of growth sometimes is not so good, because you'll find that the environment can be very stifling. So what I'll encourage you to do is, if you see yourself growing in the BPO industry, go there, you have to have laser focus, laser vision, and you have to work really hard because the industry is very, very competitive. So you're going to have in the BPO industry and you're saying that you want to grow. The next person who come there, they're saying the same thing, I want to grow. So it's very competitive, and so the lack of growth, it can be very, you know, growth can be stagnant. At the same time, as I say, it can happen, you know, but you'll find that sometimes you go to the BPO industry and you'll be stuck in one position forever, right? So that's one thing. Then now I will look at the last thing, and this I think is one of the most important things, the customers that you will have to deal with. Let me tell you, oh my god. And that's why I'm say BPO industry build your character, because I've had customers who made me cry. And that's why I'm say the BPO industry, like, you have to firm, you have to stand up strong, you have to firm and strong. Like, that's the reality. I would have spoken to customers in the past where some of them, they're outright very racist. They will ask you where you're from, and you probably, you know, if you're allowed to say, you tell them, okay, I'm from the Caribbean, and right here and then them start look down upon you, them, you know, them start assume say you're black, and them start show the race card. You'll have some of them, they will be, you know, throw tantrums. So it can be very draining for your mental health. You'll find some customers, they behave so I'm not sure if I can say this on camera, but they will behave so bitchy, like, yeah, like, oh my god, right? And some of them, if they don't get them one way, them gonna stay up on the line, them want to talk to your manager, them want to talk to your manager, your manager, and that's how the cycle goes. But what I'll say in that case, some persons will say to you, you have to know to separate your feelings from the work. I'm not going to tell you that, because the reality is that sometimes you can't separate the feelings from your work. Imagine you get up one morning and you feel sad, you go to work, and then a man go look and say, I wish I could find you to do a sort of something to you like that. Just set off your entire day, you know. And trust me, things like that, it gets to you. So those are some of the harsh reality that I've experienced working in a Jamaican call center. Not even only me, but by seeing other peers or other persons around me, seeing what they go through. So guys, as I said, disclaimer, I know a lot of you are applying to work in a Jamaican call center. I do wish you all the best. And as I said, while there are the good to it, you know, these are some of the realities that you will have to face, right? So I hope you guys will take it head on. I wish you all the best. If you have any interviews coming up, anything, do what you have to do, because you know money have to make, money have to go in our pocket and in our bag like book. Okay, all right, so thank you guys so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.